Good morning, students. Say your prayer. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book and take page number 63. So today we will come to Tamil Nadu. So in our last class, in our previous lesson, we came to India, no? So after going to world tour, so after going to world countries, so from 9th standard onwards, already I have told, we have discussed the world history only. Then in last unit we came to India. So now in this unit we will come to Tamil Nadu. So this lesson, early revolt against British rule in Tamil Nadu. So first British came to India as a traders. So the British, as English East India Company, so came to India as traders. So slowly they established their supremacy in India. So against their supremacy, so South India only rose against them. So the Great Revolt, so which took place in the year 1857 only. But before that itself, so South India, especially Tamil Nadu, revolted against the authority of British. So who revolted against British in Tamil Nadu? So how they were suppressed by the British, and the end, so how they face their end, we will discuss in this lesson. And finally we will discuss about the Vellore revolt. So in this lesson we will discuss about some of the persons, so some of the freedom fighters of Tamil Nadu who lived in the 18th century. So we will discuss about the early revolts against the British, especially in the 18th and 19th century. Okay, so in this lesson we will discuss about some of the famous personalities of that time. So Pulithavar, Veerapandiya Kattapamman, Marudhu brothers, Dheeran Chinnamalai. So we will discuss about how they rose against the British. And finally how they were suppressed by the British. Okay, so that is by the English East India Company. So we will discuss in this lesson. Okay, so this lesson is an interesting topic because it's related with our state. So our freedom fighters. So listen carefully, and these lessons are very, very, very important. So all lessons are very important, and these lessons, so the early revolt, so the freedom struggle lessons are very important in case of history. First, learning objectives. So what are you going to learn from this lesson? To acquaint ourselves with, so to gain knowledge ourselves with Palayakkarar system and the revolts of Palayakkarar against the British. So to get knowledge about the Palayakkarar system. So what is meant by Palayakkarar? And the revolts of Palayakkarar against the British. So know about the Palayakkarar and the revolt of Palayakkarar against the British. Then Belunachiyar, Pulithavar, Kattapamman, Marudhu brothers in the anti-British uprising. So we will learn about Belunachiyar, then Pulithavar, then Kattapamman, then Marudhu brothers, and also about Dheeran Chinnamalai. So you will learn about how they rose against the British. Then finally Vellore revolt as a response to British pacification of South India. So Vellore revolt as a response to British pacification. So pacification means to bring peace to an area where there is a fighting or a war. So that is the Vellore revolt. So that brought peace in South India. So after Vellore revolt there is no much opposition against British. So before that, so the Palayakkarars opposed the British domination. But finally they were defeated, and the final scene was in Vellore revolt. So in the Vellore fort, so the soldiers rose against the British dominance, and the Vellore revolt was suppressed by the British. So how the Vellore revolt was a response to British pacification of South India. So Vellore revolt was the last event. So was the last event from Tamil Nadu against British during that time. Then later, after the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi, our Tamil Nadu so also actively participated in freedom struggle. But overall, so before the Great Revolt of 1857 itself, our Tamil people had rose against the British government in the 19th century itself. Yeah, so in the 19th century, so at the end of 19th century itself. Yeah, so how they revolted against them. So we will learn in this lesson. Yeah, so learning object is to acquaint ourselves with the Palayakkarar system and the revolt of Palayakkarars against the British. Then Velu Nachiyar, Pulitevar, Kattapamman and Marudhu brothers and also Dhiran Chinnamalai in the anti-British uprisings. Then finally Velu revolt as a response to British pacification of South India. So pacification means to bring peace to an area where there is a fighting or a war. So British pacification. So to bring peace to an area where there is fighting or a war. So introduction. So after defeating the French and their Indian alliance in the three Carnatic wars, so British, so they defeated the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic war. So first Carnatic war, second Carnatic war, third Carnatic war. So the Carnatic war, so you have learned in your previous class, that is in 8th standard itself. So so to India the Europeans came as traders. So in economics you have learned now. So first the Portuguese, then came the Dutch, then English, then Danes, then French. So among these European powers, the British and the French so rose superior and they quarreled with, so they fought with each other to establish their supremacy. So that war is called as Carnatic War. So the British and the French have fought with each other in order to establish their supremacy in South India, in India. So that is called as Carnatic War. So in that three Carnatic wars, so the British, so they eliminated and defeated the French. So after defeating the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic wars, the East India Company began to consolidate. So consolidate means so make their position strong. So began to consolidate and extend its power and influence. So after defeating the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic wars, the East India Company began to consolidate their power and influence. But however, so the local kings and the feudal chieftains resisted this. So the local kings and the feudal chieftains. So feudal chieftains, here it mentions some Palayakkarars. So feudal chieftains. So feudal, so related with the land. So a type of social system in which people was given land and production by a nobleman and they had to work and fight for them in return. Okay, so the feudal chieftains resisted this. So after defeating the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic wars, the East India Company began to establish their power. So began to establish their power and extend its influence. But the local kings and feudal chieftains opposed the English East India Company. Then who was the first person to resist the English East India Company? So the first resistance to East India Company's territorial aggrandizement. So aggrandizement means an increase in power or importance of a person or a country. So aggrandizement means so increase in power. So territorial aggrandizement means so increase in territorial area. So the first resistance to East India Company's the increase in territorial area was from Pulitevar of Nerkattum Seval in the Tirunelveli region. So the first person to oppose East India Company's territorial aggrandizement. So to oppose to East India Company's territorial aggrandizement. So aggrandizement and increase in power. Okay, so the power, so the East India Company's power was increasing. It was opposed by Pulitevar of Nerkattum Seval. So Pulitevar, he is from Nerkattum Seval in the Tirunelveli region. So he was followed by other chieftains. So after Pulitevar, he was the English East India Company was opposed by other chieftains in the Tamil country, such as Velu Nachiyar, Kattapamman, the Marudhu brothers, and the Dhiran Chinnamalai. So the first resistance to East India Company's territorial aggrandizement was from Pulitevar of Nerkattum Seval in the Tirunelveli region, and this was followed by the other chieftains in the Tamil country, such as Velu Nachiyar, Kattapamman, the Marudhu brothers, and Dhiran Chinnamalai. So this was known as the Palayakkarars War, the culmination of which was the Velu Revolt of 1857. So culmination means so highest point of end of something. So known as the Palayakkarars War, the culmination. So the highest point of the Palayakkarar War was the Velu Revolt of 1806. So this was the early resistance to British rule in Tamil Nadu. So we will discuss about this in this lesson. So after defeating the French and the Indians in the three Carnatic wars, so the company, East India Company, began to establish their supremacy. Began to make their position strong in India, in South India, especially in South India. But they were opposed by the local kings and the feudal chieftains. So after defeating the French and their Indian allies, so the British began to establish there. So they began to make their position strong in South India. But this was opposed by the local kings and the feudal chieftains. So the first person to resist against the British domination in South India was Pulithevar of Nerkattum Seval in Tirunelveli region. So this was followed by the other chieftains in the Tamil country such as Velunachiyar, Veerapandiya Kattabomman, the Marudhu brothers and Dhiran Chinnamalai. So their opposition was described as Palayakkarar War, so which is the culmination, so which is the highest point. Was the Velu Revolt. So the highest point of the highest edge of the Palayakkarar War was the Velu Revolt of 1806, and we will discuss about these things in this lesson. So first the Palayakkarar War and the Velu Revolt. So resistance of regional powers against the British. So how the South Indians, they resisted the British power. So first it was Pulithevar. So the first person in India to rise against the British, the English East India Company, was Pulithevar. And at the same time, the first women to rose against the British in India was Velunachiyar. So both were from Tamil country. You learn about Jhansi Rani and all. So Jhansi Rani, so she revolted against the British in the year 1857 only. But before that itself, so the first female to rose against the British dominance, so the East India Company's dominance, was Velunachiyar. And the first person in India to rise against, to give his voice against the British, was Pulithevar. So he is from Tamil Nadu. So we have to be proud. So the first opposition against the British rule was from Tamil Nadu only. So not from any other part of India. So first we will discuss what is meant by Palayam and Palayakkarar and Pulithevar. Okay. First, Palayams and Palayakkarar. What is meant by the word Palayam? So the word Palayam means a domain. So domain means land owned or ruled by a particular person or government, etc., especially in the past. So domain means land owned or ruled by a particular person. So the word Palayam means a domain, a military camp, or a little kingdom. So the word Palayam means a domain. So that means a land owned by a particular person or by a government. A military camp. So maybe a military camp or a little kingdom. So Palayakkarars. So it was referred as Polygar in British. So Palayakkarar was Tamil name. So Palayakkarar was a Tamil name, but it was referred as Polygar in British. So Palayakkarars in Tamil refers to the holder of a little kingdom as a feudatory to a greater sovereign. So Palayakkarar means a domain or a military camp or a little kingdom. But in our Tamil, it refers to the holder of a little kingdom. So as a feudatory to a greater sovereign. So to a greater sovereign, to a greater power. So the Palayakkarar were a feudatory. So they were under a greater power, so some great power. Under the system, Palayam was given for valuable military services rendered by any individual. So under the system, under this Palayakkar system, Palayam, so an area was given for a valuable military services rendered by any individual. So if any person so gave a valuable military services to the king, means then the king so gave some area of land, so gave a little kingdom to that person, so for his service in military. So that is called as Palayam. So this type of Palayakkara system was in practice during the rule of Prataparutra of Varangal in the Kakadiya kingdom. So this type of Palayakkara system was in practice. So first practiced during the rule of Prataparutra of Varangal in the Kakadiya kingdom. So when it came to Tamil Nadu, So the system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka when he became the Nayak ruler of Madurai in 1529. Yes, Viswanatha Nayaka. So he was the first Nayak of Tamil Nadu. Yeah, so he was the first Nayakar of Tamil Nadu. Yeah, so he established the first Nayak kingdom in Tamil Nadu. Yeah, so the system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka. So who was Viswanatha Nayaka? So he was a friend of Krishna Devaraya. Yeah, so Krishna Devaraya so sent his friend Viswanatha Nayaka as the ruler of the regions captured by him in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so the system was put in place. The Palayakkara system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka when he became the Nayak ruler of Madurai in 1529 with the support of his minister Aryanadar. Yeah, so the Palayakkara system was put in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka with the help of his minister Aryanadar. Yeah. So traditionally there were supposed to be 72 Palayakkarars. Yeah, so traditionally there were supposed to be 72 Palayakkarar. Yeah, so Palaya means so nothing but a domain, a military camp or a little kingdom. Yeah. So if a person so gave a valuable military services to the king means then the king so gave that person a small area of land to take control. Yeah. So that is called as Palayakkara system, and this was practiced during the rule of Prataparutra of Warangal in the Kakadiya kingdom. Yeah. And this system was put in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka when he was appointed as the Nayak of Madurai in the year 1529. Yeah. So he put this practice in Tamil Nadu with the help of his minister Aryanadha. Yeah. So traditionally, so there are 72 Palayakkarars in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so traditionally there were supported to be 72 Palayakkarars. So the Palayakkarar, initially they were under the Nayaks. So the Palayakkarars, they were initially under the Nayaks. So what was the duty of the Palayakkarars? So the Palayakkarars were free to collect revenue. So the Palayakkarars' duty was to collect revenue, then administer the territory, so administer the given territory, and settle disputes and maintain law and order. So the Palayakkarars were free to collect revenue, and they have to administer the territory so given to them, and they have to settle the disputes, so settle the problems and maintain law and order. Their police duty were known as Padikaval or Arasukaval. So their police duty is known as Padikaval or Arasukaval, because they have to maintain law and order. So that police duty were known as Padikaval or Arasukaval. On many occasions, on many incidents, the Palayakkarars helped the Nayak rulers to restore their kingdom. So on many occasions, the Palayakkarars, so they helped the Nayak rulers to restore the kingdom to them. So the personal relationship and an understanding between the king and the Palayakkarars made the system to last for about 200 years from the Nayaks of Madurai until the takeover of these territories by the British. So there was a personal relationship between the king and the Palayakkarars. So it helped so them, both of them in many ways. So the Palayakkarars, so they collect the taxes, they administer the territory, and thus reduce the tension. So the tension of the Nayak rulers. And at the same time, so in war, so the Palayakkarars so supplied the Nayaks with the required military forces. So there was a mutual understanding between them. So which were lasted nearly for 200 years. But it came to an end when the British so take over these territories. So the personal relationship and an understanding between the king and the Palayakkarar made the system to last for about 200 years. So from the Nayaks of Madurai until the takeover of these territories by the British. Eastern and Western Palayam. So there are 72 Palayams. So traditionally there were 72 Palayakkarars so created by the Nayak rulers. So there were two blocks, so namely the prominent and Eastern and Western Palayams. So the Palayakkarars were divided as two blocks, Eastern block and Western block. Eastern Palayam and Western Palayam. So the Eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panjalangurichi. So the most important Eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram, Panjalangurichi. Then the prominent Western Palayams were Udumalai, Talavankotai, Naduvakurichi, Singambatti and Saidur. So the most important Eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panjalangurichi. And the most important, so the prominent Western Palayams were Udumalai, Talavankotai, Naduvakurichi, Singambatti, Saidur. ஓகேவா? So Palayakkarar's revolt 1755 to 1801. So you learn about what is meant by Palayakkarar system. So it was introduced by Viswanatha Nayaka in Tamil Nadu. But before that itself, so the practice of Palayakkarar system was in practice in Kagadya kingdom. Okay, so initially it was introduced by Pradaputra of Warangal in Kagadya kingdom. But it was introduced in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayaka with the help of his minister Aryanadar. So how many Palayakkarars are there traditionally? 72. So their duty was to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes and maintain law and order. Initially there was a personal relationship and an understanding between king and the Palayakkarar. So it helped to last the system existing for more than 200 years. So the personal understanding between the king and the Palayakkarars helped the system to last. So helped the Palayakkar system to last for about 200 years. But it came to an end when the British taken over the territories. Then we discussed the eastern and western Palayams. Now so the Palayakkarars revolt. So first revolt of Pulithevar. In March 1755, so Mahfuz Khan, so brother of the Nawab of Arcot. So in March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, the brother of Nawab of Arcot, was sent with a contingent. So was sent with a contingent of the company army under Colonel Heron to Tirunelveli. So in March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, so he was the brother of Nawab of Arcot. He was sent with a contingent. So contingent means a group of soldiers that are part of a large force. So contingent means a group of soldiers that are part of a larger force. So in March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, so brother of the Nawab of Arcot, was sent with a contingent of the company army under Colonel Heron to Tirunelveli. So Colonel Heron, so he was a colonel from the East India Company. So he was sent to Tirunelveli. Madurai easily fell into their hand. So Madurai was easily defeated by the company army. So thereafter, Colonel Heron was urged to deal with Pulithevar as he continued to defy the authority of the company. So after defeating the Madurai, so Colonel Heron was urged to deal with Pulithevar because he was defying. So defy means he refused to accept the authority. So defy means to refuse to obey. So Pulithevar refused to obey the authority of the company. So Colonel Heron, so who defeated the Madurai, so who defeated Madurai, was urged to deal with Pulithevar because Pulithevar continued to defy the authority of the company. So Pulithevar wielded much influence over the Western Palayakkarars. So Pulithevar wielded. So wielded means to use power, authority, etc. So Pulithevar used his power to attract the Western Palayakkarars. For want of cannon and of supplies and pay to soldiers, Colonel Heron abandoned the plan and retired to Madurai. But Colonel Heron, he wanted cannon. So cannon means an old type of large heavy gun, usually on wheels, that fires solid metal or stone balls. So cannon means an old type of large heavy gun, usually run on wheels, that fires solid metal or stone balls. So Pulithevar had much influence over the Western Palayakkarars. So Pulithevar had much power. So he had a good name over the Western Palayakkarars. So Colonel Heron, so he wanted cannon and supplies. And that is supplies means weapon supplies, and pay to soldiers, that is so salary to soldiers. So he wanted these things, so cannon, supplies and pay to soldiers. So he abandoned the plan and retired to Madurai. So Heron was recalled and dismissed from service. So Heron was recalled and he was dismissed from service. So revolt of Pulithevar in March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, so brother of the Nawab of Arcot, was sent with a small army, was sent with a contingent of the company army under Colonel Heron to Tirunelveli. So Colonel Heron was sent to Tirunelveli. So along with Mahfuz Khan. So Mahfuz Khan so forms a part of an army under the company army. So under Colonel Heron. So Madurai easily fell into their hand. So Madurai was easily defeated by the company army. So thereafter, Colonel Heron was urged to deal with Pulithevar because he continued to refused to obey the order of the company. So Pulithevar refused to obey the authority of the company. So Colonel Haran was urged to deal with Pulithevar. But Pulithevar, so he had much influence over the Western Palayakkarars. So he earned a good name, so goodwill among the Western Palayakkarars. So the need of, so Colonel Haran, so he want the supply of cannon and other weapons, and he want to pay to his soldiers. So Colonel Haran abandoned the plan. So Colonel Haran abandoned the plan and retired to Madurai. So Haran was recalled and dismissed from service. Since Haran, he didn't obey the order, so the company asked him to deal with Pulithevar, but instead Colonel Haran, so he want cannon and pay to soldiers. So he refused the plan and retired to Madurai. So Haran was recalled and he was dismissed from service. So confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British. So confederacy means a union of state, so group of people or political parties with the same aim. So confederacy means a union of state or a group of people, union of group of people or political parties with the same aim. So confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British. So 3 Pradhan officers, so Nawab Chanda Sahib agents, so named Maina, Mudimiya and Nabi Khan Katak commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. So 3 Pradhan officers, so under Nawab Chanda Sahib agents named Maina, Mudimiya and Nabi Khan Katak, so they commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. They supported the Tamil Palayakkarar against the Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. So the Pradhan officers, so they supported the Tamil Palayakkarar against Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. So Pulithevar had established a close relationship with them. So Pulithevar had established a close relationship with them. So Pulithevar also formed a confederacy, so formed a union of the Palayakkarars to fight the British. So Pulithevar so had a strong relationship with the 3 Pradhan officers of Nawab Chanda Sahib, so named Maina, Mudimiya and Nabi Khan. So apart from that, he formed a confederacy of the Palayakkarars to fight the British. So with the exception of the Palayakkarars of Sivagiri, all other Maravar Palayam supported him. So with the exception of the Palayakkar of Sivagiri, so Sivagiri which is in Tirunelveli region, so they refused to support Pulithevar. So exception of the Palayakkars of Sivagiri, all other Maravar Palayams supported him. So Ettayapuram and Panjalam Gurichi did not join this confederacy. So apart from Sivagiri, Ettayapuram and Panjalam Gurichi, so these 2 Palayams so did not join the confederacy. Further, the English succeeded in getting the support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukottai. Then British, so what that it means, so they succeeded in getting the support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukottai. Pulithevar, he tried to get the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore. So Hyder Ali, so can you remember him? So the father of Tipu Sultan. So Pulithevar tried to get the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore and also the French. But Hyder Ali could not help Pulithevar, so because he was already locked in a series of conflict with the Marathas, because Hyder Ali was in quarrel with the Marathas. So he could not help Pulithevar. He was unable to help Pulithevar. So confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British. So 3 Pradhan officers, so Nawab Chanda Sahib agent named so Maina, so Mudimiya and Nabi Khan. So Nabi Khan Katak, they commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli region. So these Pradhan officers, so they supported the Tamil Palayakkarars against Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. So they supported the Tamil Palayakkarars against Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. So Pulithevar had established a close relationship with them. So Pulithevar had established a close relationship with the Pradhan officers. So apart from that, he formed a confederacy of the Palayakkarars against the British. With the exception of the Palayakkars of Sivagiri and Ettayapuram and Panjalam Gurichi, all other Maravar Palayams supported Pulithevar. So but English, so they succeeded in getting the support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukottai. So Pulithevar, he also tried to get support from Hyder Ali of Mysore and also from French. Hyder Ali could not help Pulithevar, so because he was already locked in a series of conflict with the British, so conflict with the Marathas. So Calakkad battle, the Nawab sent an additional contingent. So additional contingent, so contingent means a group of soldiers that are part of a larger force. So the Nawab sent an additional contingent of Sipais to Mahfuz Khan, So who was the brother of Nawab of Arcot? So already we have seen so Mahfuz Khan. So was sent a contingent with the company army under Colonel Haran to Tirunelveli. But Colonel Haran refused to abandon the plan of attacking Pulitevar. So now the Nawab sent an additional contingent of Sipais to Mahfuz Khan and the reinforced army proceeded to Tirunelveli. And the reinforced. So reinforced means to send more people or equipment in order to make army stronger. So to make an army stronger. So the Nawab sent an additional contingent, additional number of Sipais to Mahfuz Khan and the reinforced army. So the additional army proceeded to Tirunelveli. So besides the 1,000 Sipais of the company, Mahfuz Khan received 600 more sent by the Nawab. So besides the 1,000 Sipais of the East India Company, Mahfuz Khan also received 600 more sent by the Nawab. He also had the support of cavalry and foot soldiers from the Carnatic. So Mahfuz Khan also get support of the cavalry. So cavalry means so the soldiers, those who fight on horses. So that is cavalry. And foot soldiers from the Carnatic region. Before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Kalakadu, 2,000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulitevar. So before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Kalakadu, 2,000 soldiers from Travancore. So Travancore, which is in the south of Tamil Nadu. So now it is a part of Kerala. So 2,000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulitevar. In the battle at Kalakadu, Mahfuz Khan's troops were routed. So routed means easily defeated. So in the battle of Kalakadu, Mahfuz Khan's troops were easily defeated. So the Nawab sent an additional contingent of Sipais to Mahfuz Khan and the reinforced army proceeded to Tirunelveli. So besides the 1,000 Sipais of the company, Mahfuz Khan now received 600 more sent by the Nawab. So it makes his army more strength. He also had the support of cavalry and foot soldiers from the Carnatic. So he also had the support of cavalry and foot soldiers from the Carnatic. But before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Kalakadu, 2,000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulitevar. So in the battle of Kalakadu, Mahfuz Khan's troops were easily defeated. Yusuf Khan and Pulitevar. So the organized resistance of the Palayakkarars under Pulitevar gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of Tirunelveli. So the organized resistance. So the organized resistance of Palayakkarars and Pulitevar under Pulitevar gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of Tirunelveli. So before that, they interfere in the affairs of Tirunelveli through the Nawab only. But the Nawab army under Mahfuz Khan was defeated by Pulitevar in Kalakadu battle. So Pulitevar organized the confederacy of Palayakkarar. So this thing gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of Tirunelveli. So aided by the Raja of Travancore from 1756 to 1763, the Palayakkarars of Tirunelveli led by Pulitevar were in a constant state of rebellion against the Nawab authority. So with the help of Raja of Tiruvankur from 1756 to 1763, the Palayakkarars of Tirunelveli led by Pulitevar were in a constant state of rebellion. So they opposed the Nawab authority. So Yusuf Khan, who was also known as Khan Sahib, or before his conversion to Islam as Marudanayagam. So his original name was Marudanayagam. But later he himself converted to Islam religion and changed his name as Yusuf Khan or Khan Sahib. So Yusuf Khan, who had been sent by the company, was not prepared to attack Pulitevar unless the big guns and the ammunition from Tiruchirappalli arrived. So the organized resistance of the Palayakkarar and Pulitevar gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of the Tirunelveli. So to interfere directly in the affairs of the Tirunelveli. So before that, they controlled Tirunelveli region through Nawab. So through the Arcot Nawab. But Pulitevar, so with the help of Raja of Tiruvankur from 1756 to 1763, with the help of the Raja of Tiruvankur, so Palayakkarars of Tirunelveli led by Pulitevar revolted against Nawab's authority. So Yusuf Khan, also known as Khan Sahib or Marudanayagam, who had been sent by the company, was not prepared to attack Pulitevar. So Yusuf Khan was sent by the company to attack Pulitevar, but he was not prepared to attack Pulitevar because the big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli have not yet arrived. So the big guns and ammunition. So ammunition means a supply of bullet, etc., to be fired from guns. So a supply of bullet, etc., to be fired from guns. So Yusuf Khan did not receive big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli. Why the British couldn't send the big guns and ammunition to Yusuf Khan quickly? Because at the time English were at war with the French and as well as with the Hyder Ali and Marathas. So the English were at war with the French as well as with Hyder Ali and Marathas. So the artillery arrived only in September 1760. So the artillery, so the weapons came only in September 1760. Yusuf Khan began to batter the Nerkattum Saval fort. Yusuf Khan began to attack the Nerkattum Saval fort and his attack continued for about 2 months. So Yusuf Khan began to attack Nerkattum Saval fort and it continued for about 2 months. On 16th May 1761, Pulitevar's 3 major forts, so Nerkattum Saval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur. So these 3 forts came under the control of Yusuf Khan. So on 16th May 1761, Pulitevar's 3 major forts, Nerkattum Saval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur. So these 3 forts came under the control of Yusuf Khan. So the organized resistance of Palayakkarar under Pulitevar gave an opportunity to the English to interfere directly in the affairs of Tirunelveli. Aided by so that is supported by the Raja of Travancore from 1756 to 1763, the Palayakkarars of Tirunelveli, led by Pulitevar, were in a constant state of rebellion against Nawab authority. So from 1756 to 1763, so Raja of Travancore supported the Palayakkarars of Tirunelveli, so who were led by Pulitevar. So led by Pulitevar, so they were in constant state of rebellion against the Nawab authority. Yusuf Khan, so also known as Khan Sahib, so before his conversion to Islam, Mardanayagam had been sent by the company, was not prepared to attack Pulitevar unless the big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli arrived. So as the English were at war with the French as well as with the Hyder Ali and Marathas, the artillery, so the weapons and the needed things arrived only in September 1760. Yusuf Khan began to batter the Nerkattum Saval fort and his attack continued for about 2 months. On 16th May 1761, Pulitevar's 3 major forts, Nerkattum Saval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur, so came under the control of Yusuf Khan. So Mardanayagam. So have you heard about him, Mardanayagam? So nearly 20 years before. So the famous actor, so Kamal, so he tried to take a movie so about Mardanayagam, but it was dropped so because of its huge budget. So just an information. So in the meantime, after taking Pondicherry, the English had eliminated French from the picture. So in the meantime, so Pondicherry was taken over by the British and they eliminated French from the picture. That means so they defeated French in the Carnatic Wars. So the French was eliminated from India. As a result of this, the unity of Palayakkarars began to break up as a French support was not forthcoming. So because of the French elimination, the unity of Palayakkarars began to break up. So because some of the Palayakkarars were supported by French. Since so the French was eliminated from the scene, there was a problem. So there was a breakup in the unity of Palayakkarars. So Travancore, Seidur, Udumalai and Surandai. So they switched their loyalty to the opposite camp. So the Palayakkarars and the rulers of Travancore, Seidur, Udumalai and Surandai. So they switched their loyalty. So they changed their support to opposite camp. That means they changed their support to company. Yusuf Khan, so who was negotiating with the Palayakkarars. So negotiating means so peace talking. So having a talk in order to bring peace. So Yusuf Khan, who was negotiating with the Palayakkarars without informing the administration. So Yusuf Khan, so he was negotiating with the Palayakkarars, but he didn't inform to the company about his negotiation with the Palayakkarars. So he was charged with treasury. So treasury means behavior that involves not being loyal to somebody who trusts you. So Yusuf Khan, who was negotiating with the Palayakkarars without informing the Kadmani administration, was charged with treachery and he was hanged to death in 1764. Okay, so in the meantime, after Pondicherry, After taking Pondicherry, the English had eliminated the French from the picture, so from the scene. As a result of this, the unity of Palayakkarars began to break up as the support of French was not possible. So Travancore, Saidur, Udumalai and Surandai switched their loyalty to the opposite camp. So they switched their support to company, East India Company. Yusuf Khan, so who was negotiating with the Palayakkarars without informing the company administration, was charged with the treasury and hanged in 1764. Fall of Pulithevar. So after the death of Khan Sahib, Pulithevar returned from the exile. So Pulithevar returned from exile. So exile means a person who chooses or is forced to live away from his own country. So exile means a person who is forced to live away from his own country. So after the death of Khan Sahib, so Pulithevar returned from exile and he recaptured Nerkattim Seval in 1764. Because already, so Nerkattim Seval was captured by Khan Sahib, Yusuf Khan, on 16th May 1761. Yes, along with the Nerkattim Seval, he captured Vasudhanamannallur and Panayurno in the year 1761. So Nerkattim Seval was again recaptured by Pulithevar in 1764. But however, he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. So however, Pulithevar was defeated by Captain 1767. By Captain Campbell in 1767. So Pulithevar escaped from the battlefield and he died in exile. So we don't know so when and how Pulithevar had died. So after getting defeated by Captain Campbell, he escaped from the battlefield and died in exile. Okay, ma? So who was he? Ondi Veeran. So Ondi Veeran led one of the army units of Pulithevar. So Ondi Veeran led one of the army of Pulithevar. So fighting by the side of Pulithevar, he caused much damage to the company's army. So fighting by the side of Pulithevar, Ondi Veeran caused much damage to the company's army. According to oral tradition, in one battle, Ondi Veeran's hand was chopped off. Yes, according to oral tradition. Yes, it was not a sure one. Yes, just an oral talk. So according to oral tradition, in one battle, Ondi Veeran's hand was chopped off. Chopped off means his hand was cut. So by the company soldiers. So Pulithevar was sad. So according to oral tradition, in one battle, Ondi Veeran's hand was chopped off and Pulithevar was saddened. But Ondi Veeran said it was reward for his penetration into enemy's fort, causing many heads to roll. So but Ondi Veeran said proudly that it was a prize, it was a reward for his penetration, for his entry into enemy's fort, so causing many heads, so many enemies' head to roll. So we have discussed about Pulithevar. So how revolted against the British. So he was the first to revolted against the British. So first he forms a confederacy against the British and defeated the Nawab army in Kalakadu battle. But later he was defeated by Yusuf Khan, so Marudanayagam. But when the British eliminated French from the picture, so there was a breakup in the confederacy of the Palayakkarar. Okay, so there was a breakup in the confederacy of the Palayakkarar. So that led to the defeat of Tamil Palayakkarars. Okay, so now Velu Nachiyar. So who was Velu Nachiyar? So born in 1730 to the Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. Velu Nachiyar was the only daughter of this royal family. So Velu Nachiyar was born in 1730 to the Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. She was the only daughter of this royal family. So the king had no male heir. So male heir means a person who has the legal right to receive somebody's property, money or title when that person dies. So there was no male heir. So the royal family, so the Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati's family brought up the princess Velu Nachiyar, training her in martial arts like Valari. So martial arts like Valari, stick fighting and to wield weapons. So the royal family brought up the princess Velu Nachiyar, training her in martial art. So martial means fighting with the help of your hand and foot. So martial arts, so nothing but fighting. So with the help of your hand and foot, so not with weapons. So Velu Nachiyar was trained in martial arts like Valari, stick fighting and to wield weapons and to handle weapons. Yeah. She was also adept in horse riding. So adept means good at doing something that is quite difficult. Yeah, so she was also adept in horse riding. She was good in horse riding and archery. So archery, the art or sport of shooting arrows with a bow. Yeah, so archery means the art of shooting arrows with a bow. Yeah. And apart from her proficiency in English, French and Urdu, so apart from Tamil language, she was well in English, French and also Urdu. Yeah, so born in 1730 to the Raja Sellamuttu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram, Velu Nachiyar was the only daughter of this royal family. So the king had no male heir. So heir, a person who has the legal right to get the father's title. Yeah, so male heir. So the king had no male heir. Yeah. So the royal family brought up the princess Velu Nachiyar, training her in martial arts like Valerie. Yeah, so martial art. So it is like karate kung fu. Yeah, so without using weapons. So just by using the hand and foot, so they attack the oppositions. Yeah. So Velu Nachiyar training her in martial arts like Valerie, stick fighting, and to wield weapons. So Velu Nachiyar was trained in martial arts. Yeah. She also adapt in horse riding. So horse riding, it was a difficult one. Yeah. But she easily learned horse riding and archery. So archery, the art of shooting arrows with a bow. Yeah. And apart from her proficiency in English, French and Urdu. At the age of 60, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar, the Raja of Sivagangai. At the age of 60, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and they had a daughter by name Vellachi Nachiyar. Yes, at the age of 60, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar, the Raja of Sivagangai. So Velu Nachiyar, so she was the daughter of Raja of Ramanathapuram. Yeah. So she was married to Raja of Sivagangai, Muttuvadiganathan. Yeah, so Muttuvadigar. Yeah. And they had a daughter by name Vellachi Nachiyar. So they had a daughter by name Vellachi Nachiyar. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bon Jor. So in 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bon Jor stormed. So they suddenly attacked the Kalayar Koil palace. So Kalayar Koil, so it was the palace of Sivagangai Raja. So Muttuvadiga. In the ensuing battle. So ensuing means to happen or as the result. So as the result of the battle, Muttuvadigar was killed. So in the battle, Muttuvadigar was killed. So Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. So in the battle, in the Kalayar Koil battle, Muttuvadigar was defeated and he was killed. So Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. So at the age of 60, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and they had a daughter by name Vellachi Nachiyar. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bon Jor stormed. So they suddenly attacked the Kalayar Koil palace. So the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bon Jor suddenly attacked the Kalayar Koil palace. In the ensuing battle, Muttuvadigar was defeated and he was killed. So Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. Gopala Nayak, so he was the Palayakkarar of Virupachi. So Gopala Nayak spearheaded the famous Dindigul League. So spearhead means to begin an activity or lead an attack against somebody. So Gopala Nayak spearheaded. So he began the activity of attacking the British. So Gopala Nayak spearheaded the famous Dindigul League, which was formed with Lakshmi Nayak of Manapare and Pujai Nayak of Devadanapatti. So Gopala Nayak spearheaded. So he led so he was the first to introduce, to form the famous Dindigul League, which was formed with Lakshmi Nayak of Manapare and Pujai Nayak of Devadanapatti. He drew inspiration from Tipu Sultan, who sent a deputation to show his camaraderie. So he got his inspiration from Tipu Sultan. So who sent a deputation to show his camaraderie. So who sent a deputation. So deputation means So group of people sent to somebody to act or speak for others. Yeah, so he drew inspiration. Gopal Nayak drew inspiration from Tipu Sultan, who sent a group of persons to show his camaraderie. So camaraderie means so mutual friendship. So he drew inspiration from Tipu Sultan, who sent a group of persons to show his mutual friendship. He led the resistance against the British from Coimbatore and later joined Umaiturai, Kattaboman's brother. So he led the resistance, he led the opposition against the British from Coimbatore region, and he later joined with Umaiturai, the brother of Kattaboman. He put up a fierce fight at Anamalai Hills, where the local peasants gave him full support. So he gave up a full opposition. So he put up a fierce fight at Anamalai Hills, where he was supported by the local peasants. But Gopala Nayak was defeated by the British forces in 1801. So Gopala Nayak was defeated. He was overpowered by the British forces in 1801. So Gopala Nayak, the Palayakkarar of Virupachi, spearheaded the famous Dindigul League, which was formed with Lakshmi Nayak of Manaparai and Bojai Nayak of Devadanapatti. He drew inspiration from Tipu Sultan, who sent a deputation, who sent a group of persons to show his mutual friendship, to show his camaraderie. He led the resistance against the British from Coimbatore and later joined Umaiturai, Kattaboman's brother. He put up a fierce fight at Anamalai Hills, where the local peasants gave him full support. But Gopala Nayak was overpowered. So Gopala Nayak was defeated by the British forces in 1801. So under Gopala Nayak only, Velu Nachiyar was under the protection. So Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul. So he gave the shelter to Velu Nachiyar and her daughter for 8 years. So during her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army and succeeded in securing an alliance with not only Gopala Nayakkar but also with Hyder Ali. So during her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army against the British, and she also succeeded in getting support not only from Gopala Nayakkar, who gave her protection, but also from Hyder Ali as well. So Dalawai, that means military chief. So military chief Dandavarayanar wrote a letter to Sultan Hyder Ali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar, asking for 5,000 infantry. So infantry means soldiers who fight on foot. Dandavarayanar wrote a letter to Sultan Hyder Ali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar, asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry. So cavalry means the part of the army that fought on horses. So they asked 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with the East India Company. So Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu. So because Urdu, so the language of the Muslims. So Hyder Ali, he was a Sultan, he was a Muslim. So in order to explain him in his own language, so Velu Nachiyar explained the detail in Urdu the problems she had with the East India Company. She conveyed her strong determination to fight the English. So she conveyed her, so to make ideas, feelings, etc. known to somebody. So she make her ideas and feelings. So her strong determination. So he strongly conveyed her message to Hyder Ali, how she want to eliminate the British. Impressed by her courage, Hyder Ali ordered his commandant Syed in Dindigul fort to provide the required military assistance. So inspired by her courage, Hyder Ali ordered his commandant Syed in Dindigul fort to provide the required military assistance. So during her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army and succeeded in securing an alliance with not only with Gopala Nayakkar but also with Hyder Ali, so the ruler of Mysore. Dalawai, that is military chief Dandavarayanar, wrote a letter to Sultan Hyder Ali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar, asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with the East India Company. She conveyed her strong determination, so strong effort, so strong feeling to fight the English. Impressed by her courage, Hyder Ali ordered his commandant Syed in Dindigul fort to provide the required military assistance. So apart from forming the alliance and organizing the army, Velunachiar employed agents for gathering intelligence to find where the British had stored their ammunition. So ammunition means weapons, so the supply of bullets. So Velunachiar employed agents, so the secret agents, so like spies, for gathering information where the British had stored their ammunition. With the military assistance from Gopala Nayak and Hyder Ali, she recaptured Sivagangai. So with the military assistance from Gopala Nayak and Hyder Ali, she recaptured Sivagangai. So already you know, so Sivagangai, after defeating Muttuvadagar. So who was Muttuvadagar? So husband of Velunachiar. So Muttuvadagar at Kalayakkararkovil battle, the company had took control of the Sivagangai. So Velunachiar escaped to Virupachi and she was under the protection of Gopal Nayak. So from there only she organized an army against the British. So with the help of the military assistance from Gopal Nayak and Hyder Ali, she recaptured Sivagangai. She was crowned as queen with the help of Marudu brothers. So Velunachiar was crowned as queen of Sivagangai with the help of Marudu brothers. So she was the first female ruler or queen to resist the British colonial power in India. So Velunachiar was the first female ruler or queen to resist the colonial power of British in India. So Quili, a faithful friend of Velunachiar, is said to have led the unit of women soldiers named after Udayal. So Quili, a faithful friend of Velunachiar, is said to have led the unit of women soldiers. So from this we know in Velunachiar's army there were women soldiers also. So not only male soldiers, women soldiers are so there. So the unit of women soldiers was led by Quili, a faithful friend of Velunachiar. So the name of the unit of women soldiers was Udayal. So who was Udayal? Udayal was a shepherd girl. So shepherd girl means person whose job is to look after sheep. So person whose job is to look after the sheep or goat. So Udayal was a shepherd girl who was killed for not divulging information on Quili. So Udayal was a shepherd girl who was killed for not divulging. So divulging means to tell something that is secret. So Udayal, she was a shepherd girl. She refused to tell the secret information about Quili. So she was killed. So on her name only, the women soldiers unit was named. So the head of the women soldiers unit Udayal was Quili. So Quili is said to have walked into the British arsenal in the year 1780. So into the British treasury, in the British army weapons, after setting herself on fire, thus destroying all the ammunition. So Quili is said to have walked into the British arsenal after setting herself on fire, thus destroying all the ammunition. So what she did means she set her fire. She set herself afire and she fall into the ammunition. So into the military weapons of the British and destroy all the ammunition. So I think this thing you have noted in a movie, in a Telugu movie, so Saira Narasimha Reddy. So can you remember that? So a lady, after setting herself afire, she fell into the British ammunition. So that the British lost their weapons. So which helped Velunachiar to recapture her territory, Sivagangai. Okay, ma? Okay, students. So today we have discussed about Pulithevar and Velunachiar. Okay, students, today's class we have discussed about the resistance of regional powers against the British. So first Palayam and Palayakkarar. So what is meant by Palayam? So nothing but Palayam means a domain, military camp or a little kingdom. So Palayakkarar. So that means the holder of a little kingdom as a feudatory to a greater sovereign. So under this, the Palayam was given for valuable military services rendered by any individual. So practically there were 72 Palayakkarars in Tamil Nadu. So Palayakkara system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Viswanatha Nayak. So when he became the Nayak ruler of Madurai in 1529, already this type of Palayakkara system was in practice during the rule of Prataparudra of Warangal in Kagadya kingdom. Then we discussed about the duties of Palayakkara. Then some of the important Palayakkara, so Palayams, that is Traditionally, there were 72 palayams, yeah, but they were divided as eastern and western palayams, and we discussed so the prominent eastern and western palayams. Then we discussed about the revolt of Politevar. Yeah, so how Politevar formed a confederacy against the British. Yeah. So Politevar, so initially he was opposed by Nawab of Arcot. Yeah, since so the Nawab unable to defeat Politevar, so it give a chance for the English East India Company to directly involve in the affairs of the Tirunelveli. Yeah. So the support of Raja of Tiruvankur, Palayakkaras of Tirunelveli led by Politevar were involved in a constant state of rebellion against the Nawab authority. Yeah. Then we discussed how Yusuf Khan or Khan Sahib or Marudanayagam defeated Politevar, but Marudanayagam, so since he was in negotiation with the Palayakkarars without informing the company administration, he was charged with the treasury and hanged in death in 1764. Then Politevar, so he was finally defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Then we discussed about Velu Nachiyar. So Velu Nachiyar, she was the only daughter of Raja Selamuthu Sethupathi of Ramanathapuram. Though she was a female, she was trained up in martial arts like Valerie, then stick fighting, and she was trained how to handle weapons. Yeah. At the age of 60, she was married to Muttuvadagar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and they had a daughter by name Velachi Nachiyar. But in 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Banjor attacked the Kalayar Koil Palace suddenly. Yeah. In the battle, Muttuvadagar was killed. So Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter, and she lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. Yeah. With the help of Gopal Nayak and from the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore, she recaptured his territory from the British. Yeah. So in this battle, she was helped by Marud brothers, yeah, and also by Kuili, so a faithful friend of Velu Nachiyar. Yeah. So these things only we have so discussed in this class. So if you have any doubt in this class, so please contact me. Yeah. So take your book, students. Yeah. Textbook reading. So take page number 64. Yeah, Palayakkarar revolt 1755 to 1801. So read the revolt of Politevar, confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British, Calakkad battle, then Yusuf Khan and Politevar. So this is the answer. This is the textbook reading. Next to homework. Take page number 73. Fifth Roman letter. What were the duties of Palayakkarar? Then second question. Identify the Palayams based on the division of east and west. So first, what were the duties of the Palayakkarar? So take page number 63. So right hand side, second paragraph. The Palayakkarars were free to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes, and maintain law and order. Their police duty were known as Padikaval or Arsakaval. On many occasions, the Palayakkarars helped the Nayak rulers to restore the kingdom to them. So that is the answer for first question. Then second, identify the Palayams based on the division of east and west. So page number 64. Yeah, the first heading, eastern and western Palayams. Among the 72 Palayakkarars created by the Nayak rulers, there were two blocks, namely the prominent eastern and the western Palayams. The eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Etayapuram, Panjalam Kurchi, and the prominent western Palayams were Udumalai, Talavan Kotai, Naduva Kurchi, Singambatti, Seidur. This is the answer for second question. Okay, ma? Read it and write it in your homework note. Okay, ma? Thank you, students. Have a nice day.